It's so stupid here in America. Now, I know back in the day there was like towns with either mines or uh, manufacturing companies where the company actually owned the housing too. Um, and that is unheard of nowadays here in America. I think other countries might do it. Maybe China might do it. And to me, like, we have these big cities, right, with these big, huge commercial buildings. So let me get this straight. This is the life of a person in like a New York. You live in a little building. You live in a big building in a little space. Then you have to commute. I don't know, taking the subway. I don't know. Just depends on your commute, I guess. But if you have to go far, you could be commuting like 2 hours a day. And then, so you go from your building to another big building. It's like, why don't they just convert those huge buildings into like places where people can live? And I understand, like, if you have a family, it's probably not the best place to live. But if you have a family, you probably shouldn't be living in the city anyway. Yeah, but for single people, that's what I would do. I'd just have the whole building, and then convert like part of it into apartments so people can live there. You could have a gym there, you could have a store there. So it's like, dude, I could work and not have to go anywhere if I don't want to. Everything's right there. You know, the 15-minute cities, like, that sounds like a great idea. Forcing people into living, that's the problem I have with it. But like, you know, if it was a safe area, I would love that. I hate commuting. I hate waiting. Long lines. I hate driving with people. People are like horrible drivers. Driving to me is like a major chore. It's not something that I like to do. I hate it. Like, I absolutely hate it. But like, convert these, you know, people, you know how hard it is to get a job when you're homeless? That's what I'm saying. You know, like, why don't they open up their minds? Like Amazon, at least. Like, you're not paying people enough to survive, to be able to rent an apartment. So, you know, provide my food, provide my shelter. You know, the government takes, like, the more I work, the more the government takes. The more hours I work, the more the government takes. So, just start giving me free shit. Just like gift it. I think you can gift $15,000 a year or something to people. So do that. Like, gift us. You know what I mean? These people are just sitting here with all this wealth, and they continue, like, they have all this wealth just sitting there. And equity or assets or actual, like, cash, digital cash, whatever, so they can buy up other assets. Like, these rich people have all this money. We have this huge homeless problem. And why aren't companies using like giving housing as well, as like when you work there? Like, moving around, like going to city to city would be so much easier if like your job provided housing. I don't like it here. Like I said, if you're a single person, like, if I had a company, that's what I would do, and try to like go to every city so people could be like, I don't like living in this part of the country. I'm gonna start here. It would be so much easier for people to be mobile, to be able to be where they want to be. And even like you could have like little pods of people, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's cool. They do it in China, like little tiny pods that you can rent out or whatever. So it's just like your work might be like, hey, we need you over in this city. You know, it's just like, I hate, like, the whole community thing is so stupid. So like when these people like Elon Musk are saying that people, like, he has a problem with people working from home, it's like, dude, do you commute? He said he lived there, man. Like, I have so much respect for Elon. You don't even understand. And this right here shows that I'm not in a cult, because I don't agree with everything he says, along with a lot of people that I go for. It's like, sometimes you have to go to the office and have like a meeting, an in-person meeting or something like that. But why do I need to come in every single day if I could do the exact same thing at home? I'm doing my work, but why do I have to be there? I don't want to talk to you people. I don't care about you people. I'm just working with the company to make money. Like, I'm not in that position where I can do that. But people are. But here's the thing is, like, those jobs can be taken too. Those jobs ain't gonna, like, why would a company be like, okay, you can work from home? Well, I could pay somebody less in another country to do that. And the problem is companies that use this globalization, companies that use like manufacturing from another country that's poor, and after all the shipping and everything, all the manufacturing, they send it back here and they saved money because they didn't have to pay American workers. Well, those companies, and then they sell it to the Americans. Well, those companies should get taxed heavily for that. They shouldn't make a profit off of that. And that's why jobs go overseas. But then they want globalism. And I'm cool with, like, globalism. I am. I like global trade. I like being able to talk to people across the world. It'd be cool to be able to, like, go visit anywhere in the world, like, instantly, basically. But, like this stuff is like, yeah, it's like, make things easier for the worker, like. But like a lot of these jobs are going to be gone anyway, so it doesn't even matter. It's like AI is going to take jobs like mine, like manufacturing jobs and jobs that you can use a huge robot. But you know how much time it takes to engineer something like that. You know how much time it takes to actually put it together, assemble it, ship it. And how much money that costs when you can just download an AI software system that just completely replaces your whole system. It's in charge. You no longer need, management at all, because it runs the whole company for you. It's AI. So all those office workers are out of a job. And the system is just, like, way more efficient than whatever the hell we got going on right now. So, like, yeah, AI isn't there right now, of course. But, like, if we keep progressing, that's where it's going to get. And AI is, and Elon doesn't like how fast it's been evolving. He doesn't like that. It's going too fast, and it will get smarter than us. And if the wrong people are controlling it, which does scare me because of the people who are in charge of everything are like evil people. If they have control of AI and it goes with their narrative, then we're fucked. We're fucked. Bad, hard. But what? Oh, okay, so whatever. Like I say, I think companies should provide more housing. You know, like it'd be so much better for the worker and easier for us, and we didn't have to worry about all this bullshit. And it's like, it's not like something you own, you just rent it. Like if I'm a new worker, basically I started in a company, it'd be cool to be able to go wherever I want to go, start, you know, a new life, and then like I can move out of there. You know, you don't live in the damn office your whole life unless you're some kind of weirdo. But like it'd be cool to be able to have that option. But they don't have the options in any of these huge buildings. It's just so weird because like laws with probably like residential areas and commercial, it's like that's the city. That's why they probably don't do it, because it's stupid cities. There needs to be changes. We've evolved, and we need to change some things. It worked in the past. Well, things have changed dramatically. There's a lot of laws that need to be looked at and taken out because they just don't make any sense for us. And there needs to be sunset laws where if you put a law in, you know, after so many years it comes back up and you get to revote it, or it just evaporates. It's gone. Okay, materialism. Like these boomers. But I've seen it, man. I've seen it. If you're older, like, get your shit figured out, man. Get your assets all figured out. Start like getting rid of shit. Quit holding on to shit. A lot of these older people, like, you know, you're sitting here at age 75, and you have all these things that you've gathered for your whole life. And it's like you don't want to get rid of them, and you can't accept moving on too. A lot of these people just don't want to move on to the other side. I just can't imagine. I can't imagine not being involved in technology and just like basically staring at a wall and watching paint dry all day, like being an old person. Nobody cares about you. Nobody comes and sees you in a nursing home, and you're just like with all these other people that are without their families too, and they don't care about them. They're pretty much abandoned, and you're like old. You're like 80s. You know, your body's deteriorating. You could barely move around, and it's like, dude, like, your purpose is fulfilled. You can't even take care of yourself. It's just like, what is so great about this life? Like, I'm ready to move to the other side. Like, if I was shoot, I'm to the point where if I was to get like a HIV or cancer, just letting it evolve in my body without you know, is that suicide? Like, if I could like fight it but I don't, because you know what I mean? I'm wondering. I think that's kind of weird to think about. I guess it is if I know that I'm doing things like putting bad food in my body and knowing that it could cause cancer, and then like I have things to do to try to get rid of the cancer and I don't do it. Is that suicide? I don't know. Is it suicide to know that like you don't want to be here no more, so you go and like get bit by a poisonous snake or something like that? No, and then just like you let it just kill you. Is that suicide? I guess it is. But yeah, like they just hold on to the material things, and then you have these families that are sitting here like fighting over bullshit, over money, over jewelry, over values, and then like the sentimental stuff they don't really value. You know, like old stuff, like the pictures and stuff, it's like they just don't care, and that's sad. You know what's crazy too, like it's not going to be in my lifetime, but in a couple of lifetimes they'll be able to make anything physical. They'll be able to create it, but it'll be highly generic, and nobody will have any value into it. And you'll be able to do that with everything. Oh, I want this Gibson. It's just like buying autographed guitar off of the internet, but it's not really signed by the person. It's like it just, you know, manufactured to look like it's signed by the person. That's what it's gonna be like with like all material stuff. It's just gonna be made out of like generic stuff, and nobody's gonna really value it. They'll value like old shit that's like original, but they're not gonna value like a picture, you know, something that's like actually like really got age on it. Like it'll be valued, you know, like a baseball card or some shit like that. Or like if you used to get like, I bet you like the oldest picture that they could date, let's say like I don't know when they like came out with the camera, probably like in the 1800s somewhere, but they might have been taking pictures before that, I'm not sure. But let's just say you got like somebody made a camera and it was dated back to like, I don't know, the Sumerian times or whatever, you know, the Egyptian times. Like they were taking pictures back then. But I don't know the condition. I don't know if it could sustain. But just say hypothetically it's sustained. It's like it didn't, you know, it's like old and doesn't look like the original, but it's still the original, but it's all messed up and dilapidated and all that. But that thing would be so expensive. I mean, this art is, you know, like these paintings that in these art museums are it's kind of like that. It's kind of going to be like that, man. Like different like you're going to these different places and they're going to have memorabilia from like every single generation, and you can see like they already kind of do that. You can see, you come up here to Detroit, and then you can see like old cars and stuff, some of the little manufacturing machines they have on display, like how they made, you know, that they used to make the cars, and like the historical value and, you know, the how much it like this is why I'm glad I'm not a famous YouTuber. There's gotta be a lot of editing on my videos. It's cool that not a lot of people see it. It's kind of embarrassing, but it is what it is, man. But it'll be like that, you know, stuff that's seems like in its excess right now is going to be a rarity in the future. People are going to be living in a digital world. I mean, you'll be able to go back and forth as long as you go back and forth. But a lot of people, because, you know, reality is fucking boring, dude. Like it really is. Especially like if you're not even in a relationship or you're not with the opposite sex at all. Like, you know, like how it is right now, where a lot of women just aren't interested in men, and then the ones that might be interested are completely overweight and they don't find any value in actually like being sexy or anything like that. What actually makes us turned on, their sexiness, You just spend more time in the digital world. A lot of men use pornography, and they use video games to escape this. I mean, I bet you a lot of those guys would spend a lot less time on the internet if women seemed like they were more interested in us, and they're actually like, you know, we're in decent shape at least. And you ain't gotta be perfect. At least, like, damn, man. Like, it's so funny with the left. Oh, carbon footprint. Like, you know how much carbon footprint it probably takes to sustain somebody that's overweight? That's why I don't look at these people. I look at these people, like these rich people who's talk about climate change and all this and that. When they have a huge footprint, and you're telling me that my footprint's a problem, and you're supposed to be like a leader. Like, lead by example, dude. You know, lead by example. Yeah, you don't need to be everywhere in person. There's shipping, and start mingling with the rest of the peasants, because that's what you are too. You know, you're no better than any of us. You're a human too. And these people act like they're, oh, I'm better. It's like, yeah, I like to have my alone time too, man. But like, you know, yeah, yeah, you don't need to go nowhere. Just stay where you're at, because with all the security that you're gonna need, and that's why a lot of them do that. But it's like, you don't need to go anywhere. You have a video camera. You can do online conferences. You don't need to actually be there anymore. That's why these people, to me, are just like hypocrites, and it's utterly pathetic. And I don't know if they're dumb, or like they're intentionally do this to mess with people's psyche. Demoralized, moralized, going back and forth, and like throwing all these weird things out here, and we're just supposed to accept them. And you know, it's just it's that's why I don't take these people seriously, man, when it comes to when they say climate change. And I think that there's climate change, but guess what? It's pretty fucking cold, man. I mean, we had snow last night on Halloween here in Michigan. So like, the summer was, honestly, for a Michigan summer, I would say it was more tolerant than other ones. I definitely remember nights being like 84 degrees before, but this summer, you know, it got down into the 60s pretty much every night. So the climate change, you know, in some areas there might be more than others. You know, like I see, oh, it was the hottest day ever, hottest day on planet, blah, 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 you know. But it's like, I just don't. Like I said, climate change does happen. It's always happened. It's possible that the poles might shift, and then we'll have like massive problems if the poles shift. So yeah, that'll be doomsday. But like like, if you look at the map, it was all together in Pangea at one point. You know, you can see, look at Washington State, Puget Sound. Obviously there was a big earthquake in Puget Sound, and it caused it to split up. It was connected at one point. You can see Africa and South America looked like they were like kind of aligned together at one point. So like, yeah, there's huge natural disasters. If we were having like category 10 hurricanes or some shit, it would be like 1,000-mile-an-hour. Like, I would be scared as fuck. Yeah, dude. You know, like, but like when we have a category 5, like, we've had category 5s 100 years ago. I'm sure we've had them thousands of years ago. Like, I'm not saying that it's not a factor, man. I'm not saying that. I wonder if, like, we can make it so there's no deserts. That would be cool. If we can make it like everywhere is green on the. That's where because I fucking hate deserts, man. I don't know how that would do to the climate, but if we can, you know, put trees, if there's trees on all the deserts and life out there, that would be awesome, man, because deserts are barren wastelands basically. It's harsh as hell, hot, but I guess it's just too hot there. Maybe it's too low. Maybe it sits too low. Maybe that's the problem. It just sits too low, below sea level or something. But that's why you can't grow. But you could possibly make cities, though. You know what I mean? Like, it's bubble cities or something like that. So that's all I got.